it's a framework I use at the moment. I posted it on my Instagram. People can find it. It's like there's three reasons why you're not successful. One, your product or service isn't good enough. It's just not delivering on its promise.
Yep.
There's better ones out there. Two, you're not known enough. So you could be good enough but not known enough. And you can't save souls in an empty church. You could be the best kept secret in the world. No matter how good you are, you have to be known. So that's credibility, that's relevance, that's awareness. And the third thing is you have to be clear enough. Like, you could be known enough and good enough. But if people go, well, how do I work with Matt? Like, what does he actually do? He's got all these things going on. Like, how can I engage him? What's his offers? How can I support?
So these frameworks, you know, I've been in operation for 8-9 years now. I'd like to think it's done very well. Although when you compare yourself to other players, you know, we're still at the starting line.
Yeah.
You compare yourself to Afterpay, etc. I always say that Afterpay started 1 year before us. So if we're happy with how it performed, think again.
You're killing it, man.
Thanks, bro. Means a lot coming from you. But shit, I forgot about my question, Matt. You fucked me up with the compliment.
Oh, you were just mentioning how like
Oh yeah. So, or the frameworks.
Yeah,
so
frameworks.
I never had those frameworks. I never used those frameworks, and I really just operated on gut.
yeah.
So do you have like examples where you've turned those frameworks into reality with, you know, some customers you've worked with and how it sort of really helped clarify things? Because I've tried reading, and you actually mentioned it when we spoke last time, Hero's Journey, right? And that has its own framework as well. But I've never really applied it, or I just don't see myself going through the mental exercise of applying it. What's the benefits of doing it, and some examples, if possible?
Yeah, frameworks are like making sense devices. Like basically it's a structure that you put ideas through to test them and to make sure that clarity is the outcome. Like, it has to be clear. If you confuse, you lose. You can't bore people into buying. You can't, So basically the hero's journey thing is basically the acknowledgement that movies, majority of them have this formula. They're centered around a hero who has these dreams and these insecurities, and sometimes they're aware of some of them, and there's blind spots that the viewer, the audience, can see. And then they face this villain, this threat to what, maybe it's to the world or maybe it's to their life, that if something doesn't happen, it's massive stakes at this is the bomb exploding, this is the Death Star going to destroy the planet. And then there's a guide that comes in, like Obi-Wan Kenobi's, or like Rocky Balboa with Mickey, who's helping the hero through the whole process of, you can do this, buddy. Like, you've got this, like, use the Force. But then they have to make a choice. Like, there's option here of you stay here in your hometown and just remain in your suffering, or you choose to follow me and become a Jedi or a boxer. And then there's a call to action. And then there's a battle scene. There's all these things where there's a transformation of, this is what I've become now that I've gone through the obstacle, and this is what I've avoided. I could have been if I didn't change anything. And when you think about movies, hold attention, and attention is everything now. Attention is, like, even YouTube's algorithm has changed it from the amount of views to the amount of minutes spent on rewarding you, monetizing your video.
Yeah.
So attention's being rewarded. So if a movie can hold your attention and capture your attention for 2 hours, that's a miracle. There's something in that. And it's been not just movies, but a story throughout centuries. So how do we apply it to a business? Well, you want to run this through the same thing. Who's your customer? Is he the guide or the hero? This should be the hero. So what are they struggling with? You know, what's their goals? What are their blind spots? And it might be business owners for you. So we do this with so many business owners, and I do this all the time just to break through to going, well, where are our priorities? So it could be, okay, you lend money, and our hero of our story is a male business owner. He's just, he's 6 figures into his business and he's looking to expand. The problem with that is that the banks will reject him, and the banks don't understand his industry. And there's internal issues too. It's like, well, he doesn't have much support. His network isn't very understanding. And there's a big philosophical problem there. It's like, well, no one should have to feel that insecurity or be held back from growing the business because no one gets them. And then they meet a guide. He says, there is ways through this. And this guide is credible because they've been there. They've done it. They've got authority. And then the guide offers them options. So here are the 3 options you can take. Hey, do an assessment, blah, 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 blah.
Build your credit score, apply with us, or start a budget,
Heck yeah. And there could be a process I need to go through in order to be able to get to transformation. But that's fleshing it out as I'm saying it shows you how you apply it in your business. So who are we talking to? What's their problem? What have we got to offer? And what evidence do we need to show them that we've been through this? This is why we exist. Like the ambulance exists for the sick person.
We're going to have Matt back on. I'm loving this. Matt, how did you gain all this wisdom? How are you being invited to TEDx, to One Life Club, to 7? I'm in awe. How did you do that?
I think if you want to be on TV, if you want to be on big stages, if you want to get big gigs, you have to earn it.
Right.
And there's 5 levels I've identified, I've constructed that helps you go, okay, here's where I'm at to what I need to earn. There's the in-house expert. The in-house expert is just someone within your company that's just known within it. And they could be a PhD. They could be so credible, but they're not known outside the 4 walls.
Sure.
The second thing is the local hero. So it could just be Lake Macquarie. And it's just locals around this area code. The third level is regional. So it could be the state or the city. Like the Sydney Young Entrepreneur Awards that we're part of. I'd say that's regional. That's a regional leader recognizing the state. Then there's micro celebrity, which is someone who's well known in a particular field. It could just be finance, it could be real estate. And the last one is household name. So that's like being Gordon Ramsay. Everyone knows him around the world. So we got to ask the question, what level am I at right now? Am I a local guy? Have I got, and what I mean by earning that right, that's that award you earned. That award I won with Sydney Young Entrepreneur Award with media, I earned. But if I want to get to household name, I have to get Telstra, or I have to get the national. I have to work my way toward that. And I have to earn my ability to speak on stage. So I've done training. I've done countless hours of recording myself on my phone and taking little local gigs. So you could win awards. Be like, I'm an award-winning entrepreneur, but was it a local award or a national award or a state award? I do keynotes. Was it just a local event or a regional event or a national event? And if you think much practically like that, you can see the roadmap of what I need to earn.
So you purposefully tried working your way up to the point where you're giving TEDx talks and you were doing smaller ones just to prepare yourself and practice.
I was rejected from TEDx for 3 years. I was not much better than I already am now 3 years ago.
What changed?
I didn't have social kung fu to talk about, a worthy cause, a worthy message. Because there's the man, the mission, and the message, right? And the man could be right for it, but the message might not be clear enough. And the mission might not be compelling enough.
Right.
So when you can combine that, then it's pretty compelling.